Alright, let's see what this is about. Question. Rinko. Erica. Let's talk about it. That's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How's a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really liked most kids. Was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Oh, so he can actually control his phone. Ooh, that's cool. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case while posted online. It's titled The Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain and hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and a son left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I've ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down, heavier and heavier. It fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime, a group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hail down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my other wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring, soaking me to the bone. KK. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called The Marunouchi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Marunouchi, where when you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. Story my So I saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in, it blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like this make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog news disappeared set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of that. It wasn't until I met them and until my encounter that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of the woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched to see and spotted a woman's handbag, found the missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was. No mistaking whose handiwork was either. I finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. Yep. KK. The bathroom vanishing. Can monsters really live among us? These case files say that yes, they absolutely can and do. According to this one, a lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. I brushed it off as another runaway, but after seeing the crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. The lady who lived there showed me in, made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking a bath longer than usual, so she went to the bathroom to check in on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and for a short instant, there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my finger on the rim of the bathtub, and there was a transparent, sticky, slime-like substance on it. A reflection of a shrine shone on the water surface. I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident to see if these things ring any bells. I purged the... Poor lady. What will she do now? What can any of us do? KK. Mm. Wait, is it not... Oh, I am broadcasting. I'm not... Mm. Alright. What is this story? In these posts, a kid had found something, or someone called KK has been looking into monsters as part of town. A believer just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert, in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I want to ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Hello, how are you? I'm not good and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair as she zeroed in on one of a dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo bar. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data flies across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps, and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow, through all the screen and all that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. It sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytic approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks. But she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you do with it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy, people are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play as the audio begins to roll. Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan. Vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate, though I speak purely out of personal interest, and might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend that you want to look into it. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice wrinkles or eyes. He really does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is... You want to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. It could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all our maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. Stalls brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. That silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wins. The peace and solitude has shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. A Shao, a diner, finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter himself. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Then you get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Oh, I guess you already said that. Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. That why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Sure it works. Besides, I'm not fool enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Since she's just a kid, but you're busy, so... Well, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Ed, I'm betting you had a file on this already. Got a file and everything? Funny you say that. I have files dedicated solely to listing subjects that I don't have more complete files on yet. I'm going to pull them up. Just give me the highlights. Unfortunately, what I know about the legend of the manhole girl so far is that it's just that, an urban legend. There may not be anything else to know. It appears to be a story passed around by kids at sleepovers. Wouldn't it be the first time something that isn't supposed to be real attacked me in a dark alley? If you're worried, maybe it's time I return to field work. When I wear my hat, I blend right into a Tokyo crowd. Funny, I would never marked you for a Tokyo native. Then again, the place is absolutely crawling with tourists, isn't it? Thanks for the insights. I'll take it from here. Nero doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much at home. His focus is centered on a small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar recognition. With a head and arms and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota expects his creation, someone who has been observing him from far steps out of the shadows. What have we got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your old friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to a scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK, maybe. The detective looks closely at Rio's phone. He sees the social media post featuring photos of various case files he had worked on, collected in one place. Look, I'll only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyways, that's me, KK, but I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigator, kid? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing, I already did. Maybe made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force so I can dig up dirt quickly. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sasuke disappeared. He hasn't come back home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way, and I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota's bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back towards the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid to the alley behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened, the moment he disappeared? As you mentioned it, there had been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came in then and went. Alright. He immersed himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looked immediately out of place with so much going down in the city. Some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Call his web place for more info. Need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around? But it did happen to my best friend. But it did happen to my best friend. He's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone's been looking, but no one can find him. What about the parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore, just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sasuke's disappearance. I just need your help. You really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. It reminded me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes my glass on. Alright, show me exactly where this Sasuke pal of yours disappeared. Go to perch up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, am I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reach. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. You find anything else? I know you've been searching all over on your fancy computer. Some worrying details have started to emerge. The type of details that mean he is for sure involved. Social media is starting to fill up a post about the appearance of a mysterious dark fog. It's been popping up in the neighborhood with similar data sets to the one Ryota called from. School opposites are also on the rise. I can't confirm it. Those, if those represent actual disappearance or just spooked kids trading scary stories, but it's clear fear and paranoia are taking hold. Yeah, I figured out that much. Oh, really? You carry a fear and paranoia detector now. Did Ed develop that when I wasn't paying attention? Years on the force are what gave me my fear detector. You can't beat experience. But I do appreciate your input, even if I already knew it all. Ryota? It's time to find Sasuke. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hands out. He's not holding onto anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Whoa. Ooh, that's awesome. It's pretty cool. Hello. A strange trail floats into view as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on. Oh, okay. Deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Ryota follows KK's eye line down the alley but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kids. Good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it to take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse, and we're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Mm-hmm. KK and Rinko are in big trouble. This time, running like rats desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether. This KK... Whoa, that is... Okay, that is cool. I like that. As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination. The world's breaking in two. Ooh. That'd be crystallized ether. Another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of infinity. Oh, look who it is. It's AJ. Eh. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. This game comes out tomorrow. The actual game comes out tomorrow. This is a... They made a small visual novel about the events that happened in the past. That's what I'm playing right now. Mr. KK, are you okay? You know, sorry kid, my mind can be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a little while. Sometimes my mirrors take you places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. A reporter Rico's computer setup flashes on the screen. Edit monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue is exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert that a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location to hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. We can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Remember, fog reports are increasing. That's fear in the street. Time to act. Of course, I know those things. I'm the one who told you. I also know how dangerous it's getting out there. This time could be even worse than the last. What if he shows up? Wish he would. Excited to see that mask snap in two when I put my fist through it. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us. Then use our own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make it his case. Who should I talk about? You. what Eric and I have been through, I don't expect everyone else to understand. Hell, I barely understand it. Here's why I do understand. I take risks, but others don't have to. And yeah, you all do the same thing. That's why I'm proud to call you my team. But it has to stop somewhere. A line needs to be drawn. We aren't the vulnerable ones who need your protection. We're all strong, and that strength multiplies when we work together to help others. You two are so special to me, both of you, and I think I understand where you're both coming from. It's just that thing, this torment, once that power's got inside of you, the infinity, it won't let you rest. It's like being chased. We are running from something awful. I'm sorry that I'm not making sense. I just can't be quiet right now. I have to speak my truth. I have to support whatever decision he makes. The truly selfish act would be to stand still and let it overtake you. In the end, I know that I would do the same. Let's hope you never have to. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realized that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Ooh. What's gonna happen next? Ooh. Hmm. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures into some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rico, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back. Might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rico nods silently. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretches his hand out towards the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping's not an option, not for any of us. You don't know what will happen if it could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a dang left to lose at this point. Before Rico can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out and grabs the crystal. Alright? So he grabs the crystals. Whoa. There he is. There's the boy. KK follows the trail a second inch deeper into the dark Shabuya alleyway away from the glow of familiar stream of vending machine. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. The spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Do they take you this way, Sasuke? He looks around again, finding nothing to focus his attention on this haunted corner. Special vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibaku-ri. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down here? There seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as a distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either / or maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know. What are you doing here, specifically at this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around. Just having fun alone. I want to make sure he was safe. So just being neighborly, huh? Yes, no, not making friend. Protecting, but he wasn't. It wasn't a kid though, was it? There was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. Ooh, cool. What was it? Monster. The Spectre points downward. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath the covers. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he was right. It went that way. Before he could pull up that man cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edges of the alley. Did you find anything? Snoop around, it's detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear, so don't bother. Only you can hear me. Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn cloud show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe, monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quickly if you're in danger. Were you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you? Or nicer? Client service sounds more like a babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We played the hand we were dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighed a long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She always helps him, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Who should we have to... I think you. Erica, she's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Hey, KK, need my help? I can be there ASAP. I do need your help, but it can't wait. My new friend Ryota, the one who called us for help, is he a little afraid of you? What? No. Why would you think that? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But no, it's not it. Although it'd be better if he did fear me, then I could do my work. Oh, yeah, you aren't really that scary. I think I get it. Let me talk to him. KK hands phone to Ryota and motions for him to accept his call. Yes. Is this Mr. Ryota? Yes. I'm so excited that I get to speak with you. I've heard that you are quite the investigator and need help from someone like you. What can I do to help you? Well, a friend who is there with you, he actually has 2 missions. Since he is looking for your friend, maybe you could swap and look for my friend. If we share the responsibility, I'm sure that we can achieve success together as a team. I suppose I could try to help you since he is helping me. Okay, but first, can you keep a secret? It's very important related to this mission. Yes, I'm the best of secrets. I won't tell you how I know that, but it's true. My friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she is nearby you, in the alley by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but some of my best friends are animals. Your secret's safe from me. What does it look like? She's all black with one white spot and a few white whiskers. Her name is Monet, like the painter. She really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all of the vending machines and trash cans? Just to be safe, text me a picture of every dark corner you can find, and she is very good at camouflage and easy to miss. I will find your friend. Yoda hands the phone back to KK, turns the picture to the nearest trash can. Phone out, he seems to be inspecting each side of it. Lucky for you, your new buddy's an animal lover, just like me. I've given him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send me a photo of it. What if he succeeds? Tons of strays, so you might actually bump into one. I could always use more cat pics texting to me. Maybe he'll give it a home that it needs. Win-win. Wow, now oh my gosh, that. This character is very eccentric. Push it under his feet. So wait, is this the character we're going to be playing as? In the game? The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all, it's tangible, dense fog made of spiritual energy. It fills the air, toxic paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Ooh. Oh, that looks so cool. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around it, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up right below our feet? So, is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kigar only increases. There's definitely something here. If there is this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can't handle though. Wolandarn's KK summons his power and... Hold X to trace the shape of the suit. Okay. Oh, what in the world? Whoa, bro. Well, that is hard to control. Ooh. Whoa, bro, that is hard to control. To cleanse the corruption, returning the sewers back to... That's better, minus the stink. With the Kigar now clear, as if they're waiting for a moment of safety, someone appeared. Sosuke, is that you? A small boy voiced kick his look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splash, splash, splish, splash. Hey, you kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid, this isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewers around KK's phone. Small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sosuke, but worried he won't. Muffled sounds. Now and so far the signal to KK's phone barely hold on. He can only make out a few sounds, struggles to make out what words they might be from. Muffled sounds. Hello, is anybody there? Ringo, is that you? Edge, Erika, who's this? Yeah. Rinko, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you... Scratch condition makes it almost impossible to understand. Sosuke. It's about Sosuke, not... You can't understand Sosuke, not what? Not Sosuke. The call cuts out, Jeff says. Enough screaming around Sosuke. So that finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds, he stands up. He turns to Keiko with dead, evil eyes. You're not Sosuke, you're the monster. He raises his hand, calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal a weaving monster? Energy surges into his hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. A crystal bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. In this moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth end. As at a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashed the stranger a fierce glare. Son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration, surges with power. He looks from the amulet back to KK and smiles. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he sets back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastard. What should we do? Barrier pushed from umbrella visitor attack, but this attack is swept by the barrier. Barrier is broken. One umbrella visitor attacks. I don't want to use my ability thing yet. He's dead. I need my... Wait, what? Really? God dang it. Chapter 3. We gotta fight these guys again. Crap. We are facing the visitors. Bruh. Okay. I have an idea. We won. Let's go. You're done. Whoa. That was cool. KK sleeps the space, looking for any clues that will find. Why the pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it fixed to the wall, and the wall is open. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kafuda. This must be what summon those things. Rinko. I didn't Rinko. Erica. KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he's down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushed out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a henna mask. Yeah. As KK comes to, he realizes that he is in the tunnel again. Once again, no, still, he looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the food in his hands. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At that moment, Keiki realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins the face to empty before he can raise his other hand. Ah! Keiki emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You fool, you run into a wall, Tigger, and your instinct is to walk deeper into it? When you know we're on our way to help? Listen, No, you listen. I'm not done yelling at your stupid idiots for making me worry about you. Okay, but all of our instruments at HQ started going wild. We broke basically every traffic law in Tokyo twice to get here as quick as possible. And then we find open sewer entrance. Little Ryota peering down to his dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down there despite our best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. Sure, except... So we took a look for ourselves. There's corruption in all directions. The whole place absolutely sucking spirit residue. It's like they're amassing an army beneath our feet, and you go sniffing around alone? It's not. Maybe let her finish. Or so you arrived stinking but unscathed, having been gone just long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there, that I would never see you alive again. That the problem with disappearing into a dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you're gone, after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more time she has to consider the things she'll shout at you when you return. The things we've been through together, when you're in danger, it's as if I can feel it deep down, but there's nothing I can do. What if you died? The thought of being haunted by you, of all people, I almost climbed down there to kill you myself. I'm sorry, I should have waited. Don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. I value your friendship and support. I didn't hear that. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, Keiki turns attention to the original source of all the drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump onto his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez, who would have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared. Sosuke loves everyone. Maybe you should draw the line at loving monsters and following them in the sewer. Ryoto hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps up some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK, what adorable alias! When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite as formal as your full name, K. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator in this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out all these data forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a quick few lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? Almost as the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt, and I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hands. It says, the case of the cursed manhole. Extermination complete, KK. Leaning over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname, KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Tell me what you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me for so long as I find that best. KK's gaze looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softs up in response. That said, I guess KK's not so bad. What? That was it? What? Huh? Alright. That was the end of it. Well, well, we just beat the Prelude case file. I can't wait for the game to come out tomorrow, so that's fun. That was actually real. I love the old visual novels. I love that we get to meet Ed, Rico, Erica. I'm guessing Ryota is going to come back in the actual thing. I love that this is a Bethesda game, by the way. So, ooh, but it is eerily silent at the end. I like KK. I think KK is pretty cool. He's probably going to be the main character we get to play as in the game. And there's a lot of people that worked on this. Why is it telling the name of the customer service staff? Here, hold on. Hey, look, Brent Cash. It's me. That's not actually me, but my name is Brent too. I one day want to get a bunch of Brents and then play a game with them. Hey, Brent, get over here. Come on. Come on, Brent. Let's do it. Hmm. Engineering management. Are they naming all the people that were not only worked on this but also the real game? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's so many people. Mm-hmm. Well, that was a pretty good short game. Red pushing payment scene in it, man. Bro, why is it still going? It feels like I'm reading a freaking. Bro, it feels like I'm in a movie theater. What the hell? There's so many people. Can I please see what's at the end? If there's anything else. Bruh. That's Ryan. Mm. Mm. Oop, it's at the end. Whoa. Huh? Okay. We got the pre-order. Once we hit the pre-order button. It was pretty good. Anyways, that'll be it for the stream. I hope you all have a good and great day.